What's up guys, how's it going? So today we're gonna go adventure and explore somewhere that I have never actually explored. So at my beach, there's this area of rocks, and right next to it there's this really strong and dangerous current. And I think that if anyone drops GoPros or watches or cameras or anything, there's a good chance it'll get washed to there. But I can never go explore there because there's always a lot of current, and whenever there's bigger waves, then it's just too dangerous and the current just moves you around too much. But right now, the water is super clear, there's not that much current, and if my calculations are right, it is dead low tide right now. So right now is as low as the tide will be all today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over there with goggles, some snorkeling goggles. I'm not taking a snorkel. I don't really like snorkeling with the snorkel. I find that it just irritates me. It gets full of water and bothers me. This seems to work better for me. And then I'm gonna have a GoPro mounted on this head strap. So I'll have like this. And I'll be able to bring you guys along right in here so you guys will get to see first person view. You never know, I may find some types of treasures, maybe who knows, maybe nothing. Maybe all kinds of stuff. Gonna go do right now. It is the middle of the day, so the sun is like right over top. There's no clouds or anything, so I think you'll be able to see what's going on. Very good. That's the plan. We did go surfing this morning. If you want to see the surf session, it'll be on our other channel, I Surf Tribe. I'll just be talking to you guys while this is recording in the water. Kind of like it'll be a voiceover. This is what I'll look like. Ugh. That there, goggles, and then I'll have the GoPro on top like this. Maybe I'll put a strap or something just to make sure I don't lose it. I hope it's not too shaky. Hope it goes good. Let's go. Alright, well, now we're on our way to the beach. Just got my goggles, got my rash guard to help prevent sunburns, my feet, board shorts, and a whole bunch of excitement. Cannot wait to get there. Here we are, almost there. Really good way to tell how windy it is you just pick up a little bit of dry sand and hold it up in the air, and you can kind of tell in what direction the wind is and see like how windy it is. Here we are. Got my goggles, getting ready to get in the water, and the first moment you jump into the water, it's just, so happy to be in the water. So right now I'm just kind of getting a feel for it, looking out for any kind of little sea animals that see me before I see them. Swimming around. As you can see, it's a little sandy because there's a lot of current right here, so I was trying to go where it's not too sandy so you could see a little bit better. Definitely one thing is cameras never can sometimes see stuff as good as your eyes, unless it's like nighttime star shooting, but now I'm getting off track. So right around here I found this little area where the sand was almost like going downwards, and all this little junk was getting like collected there, like little pieces of driftwood and maybe any little pieces of like lobsters or anything like that. So I actually found my first treasure right here. It's actually a little piece of surfboard wax, little white piece of surfboard wax. I think I picked it up right here to get a better look at it. Then I kept searching around. So right here I slow-moed it because there was some fish there, but they got away really fast, so I just slow-mo it so you could actually see them for a second. Some ones with like white stripes. Not the best at remembering the names of fish. We'll just name him White Stripey. White Striped. Here's a piece of poor lobster. Bad ending for him. We'll leave him in the water. Nope. Now here is when the excitement really starts. I stepped on a stingray. Let's backwards that. Okay, here it is in slow-mo. I stepped on a stingray, yes. I lifted my foot up and surprisingly he didn't get me. I mean, he tried to cut this adventure short. Better said, stab this adventure short, because if he would have got me, I don't think I would still be walking around very happily like this. My heart was beating so fast. But we're still fine. We're gonna keep adventuring around. So I probably wasn't gonna return to that little area because, you know, I don't really want to return to the spot where the stingray is. Might come back for revenge for stepping on him. Sorry, stingray. Okay, check out this like sea urchin thing. It's like a spiky ball. Man, I do not want to step on that. At least if you step on a stingray, there's a chance of you not getting stabbed. If you step on that, there's guarantee getting stabbed. Here is this weird little slug slimy thing. I think I was able to get him off of this rock. he's almost like a booger. Like, he just doesn't get off your fingers. You fling him and he just does. You're like, come on, get off, and then he just stays. He just stays on your fingers. Here's another little tide pool I was able to find. I almost knocked the GoPro with that rock. Close one right there, but fortunately did not hit the camera. Good. A little fishy. He was like, hee hee, I'm swimming around. Must say, spending all this time in the water, you just like, it really reminds me how much I love being underwater. If I could, I wish I could live underwater for like a period of time. I guess all I would need is a GoPro, a couple extra batteries, maybe a lot of extra batteries, a waterproof computer, and I guess internet, and I would be good to go. I'd be set. Go live underwater for a little bit, make videos. It would be awesome. And it's crazy how a little area underwater, when you're underwater in that little area, can seem like this massive, big area. It's just so weird. Okay, now this is really trippy. I thought I was tripping. There was a rock that was walking. So I was able to grab another little rock and try to like bump him to try to investigate and like see what was going on here. Because that was some good camouflage. I'll give that to him. That was some next level camouflage. Okay, here is another treasure which I found. There's this big rock and I saw this little fin jammed under it, so I was like trying to pull the fin out, and then as soon as I pulled the fin out, there was an eel who was not very happy to see me. I must have pulled it seemed like I pulled the door off of his house, so I kind of wanted to get out of there. I wasn't sticking my hand anywhere near that. He did not look happy. He had his mouth wide open. And here, this is how you got to treat your treasures. Whether you find a GoPro or just a fin, you got to just be very stoked. If you're just happy, then you're like stoked that you found that. Okay, that just about does it for our little exploration mission through the rocks. We had some excitement going on there, but it is time to snap back to how would you say that? Back to the other part where you actually see me talking. So yeah, here you go. I'm supposed to switch some here. What's going on? Well, we have returned from our exploration adventure journey. What did I find? I found a piece of wax, surfboard wax, as well as a old broken fin. As you can see, looks like it was ripped out of someone's surfboard, and it must have been washed up there. So I don't know why, but I thought that if I just went out looking for stuff, I would find like GoPros and phones and watches and like all kinds of like cool, crazy stuff. So I went on this journey adventure just to go on a little adventure, explore around there, as well as, you know, maybe find some type of treasure, whatever that may be. So let me tell you the story. I was gonna take that head strap, but I decided to go with the mouth mount. I figured the head strap may be a little shaky, so I just ended up going with the mouth mount. Plus, then I can take it out of my mouth and put it closer to stuff if I need to, if I want to. And then I had the goggles on my head. Woo. The story of the wax, well, I found this little area next to the rocks where there was like, it was like this little like, not cave, but like the sand went like this, and then there was like all kinds of junk, like garbage. There was like a piece of a lobster, and that's where I saw this piece of wax, and I was like, whoa, like I just found something out of nowhere. I was like, ooh, grab it. I was like, if I only find that piece of wax and I don't find anything else, like I'm happy. I'm completely happy because I found something, and I at least can use this. So for the next couple of surf sessions, I can use this. And then right after I grabbed this, I stepped on something really weird feeling. So I was like, whoa, what did I step on? And I look, and there's this, it's a stingray. There's like a stingray like this big. I hope I captured it. I hope I got the shot of it on the GoPro. But I was like freaking out because I'd never stepped on a stingray before, where I looked and I saw that there was a stingray right there. Luckily, very surprisingly, the stingray has like this pointy tail. Wasn't able to stab me, because I'm pretty sure if they stab you, you're like in just pain for like a good amount of time. So I was pretty lucky at that. I was like, whoa, stingray! And I was just like running through the water, just like, ah, get away from the stingray. Got away from the stingray. I was like, okay, I'm probably not gonna go back there. I don't wanna have another encounter with that stingray. And then I kept just exploring through the rocks, and I found this other little tide pool little thing where I looked and I saw this fin. like jammed underneath the rock. So when I pulled the fin out, and right after I pulled the fin out, I saw this eel. There was an eel right there, and he was like, ah! And I was like, oh, an eel. I was like, whoo. Every time I find something, I also find some type of animal that doesn't look very happy at me. Well, that's the story of the 2 things that I found. Like I said earlier, I probably could be opening up a surf shop pretty soon. Do a few more of those little treasure huntings, and in no time, I'll have enough stuff to open up a surf shop. Maybe one day, maybe one day. Oh yeah, one other thing, I saw a walking rock. I saw this little rock that was just walking underwater. I was like, whoa, what's that? I was like, that looks like a rock. I got a close look at it, and I figured out, I think it was some type of crab, but I mean, that was like next level camouflage. Like, I'd never seen such awesome camouflage. Way better than an ostrich. So that's it for this video, and today's positive quote is, if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, not the goal. Hear that? What this quote means to me is, well, you know, maybe you're going somewhere, maybe in your car, your bike or something, and you're going somewhere, and then there's like, maybe they're working on the road and you can't pass through there. Maybe, let's say you're on your way to the store, and you see that obstacle that you can't go through that road. Usually you're like, ah, I can't go through here, and most of the time you're not going to be like, well, there's just no way I could ever get to the store. You'll usually try to find another way to get to the store. You're not going to change the goal, which is getting to the store, but maybe you'll go backtrack, find another side road, and keep going through other turns, and then you'll still figure out a way to get to the store, which was your original goal. You always kind of have to be ready to adapt and change how your plan was to do something. Like if you're trying to get from here to there, and then you can't go this way, sometimes you have to figure out another path to get there. Hope you guys enjoyed this little exploring video. Remember to keep always doing awesome stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow early in the morning. Bang! And whoa, just before you click out of this video, one more thing. We're trying to come up with a logo for our new YouTube channel, Fluent Spanglish. So if any of you watching this, if you are good at logos or good at designs and you want to give it a shot, and we use your logo that you designed and sent to us, then we'll hook you up with some merch, maybe a shirt, hat, also a membership at Surf Coaches. If you want to put something together, appreciate it.